Hey guys, so if you are looking to utilize Facebook to take your business to the next level, there's a couple of things that you need to understand on how Facebook works and how to utilize it the best. We're going to talk about that in this video. Stick around. All right, welcome back. So the first thing that we want to talk about is we're going to talk about setting goals. So setting goals it's really about a strategy, okay? Now, I know that, you can have the overall strategy in your business of like, I want to make $1 million or, I just want to not have to do anything in my life and just, go to the mailbox, open it up, and there's money in there, right? The mailbox money kind of lifestyle. And although that is definitely available out there in the world, probably not going to be where you start, right? So we have to build a strategy on how to get there, okay? We have to envision what it is that we want in our business with Facebook, with any social media really, and this is even just in general with marketing. You want to make sure that you're envisioning where it is that you want to be, okay? So for those of you who are not futuristic minded type of people, go find a buddy, go find a friend, say, hey, help me dream a little bit. Because I understand that it can definitely be, if you're just not that kind of person, if your mind doesn't work that way, it can be really difficult, really challenging. And here's what you want to do. You don't want to necessarily be focused on, what the dollar amount is, although that's important. You want to be focused on where it is you actually want to end up in your life. Who do you want to be with? Where do you want to be able to go? What kind of things do you want to be able to do? And I'm not just talking about vacations and buying cars and those. I'm talking about how are you going to help people? How are you going to add value into the world? Okay, that's what's important, right? It's not the other thing. So if you can get a hold of your why, what's your reasoning behind what you want to do with Facebook, what you want to do with your business, why you're trying to grow in the first place, I guarantee you're going to have a lot better time than just chasing money, chasing the cars, chasing the fame, chasing whatever it is that you're trying to face. Why it is that, because, we have to be realistic here. There is definitely that side of it, right? I want a fancy new car. I want a bigger house. I want those things too, right? And there's nothing wrong with wanting those things. And if you think so, entrepreneurship is probably not for you, right? Because hopefully you're doing a good job. Hopefully you're growing. Hopefully you're gonna be able to add more to the economy, add more jobs, all those things. And with that becomes more money and more ability to provide for your family and provide those luxuries that you might be looking for. So, and I do want to, as a caveat here, I do want to make sure that you understand, you want to set goals that are realistic, okay? It's not tomorrow. It's not a month from now. It's not, I lost my job and I need to figure out how to make money right now. Okay. Yes, there are definitely a lot of techniques that you can deploy to be able to generate revenue right now. And we get into that kind of conversation in some of my deeper programs, right? So still in the free zone, right? There's nothing, I'm not, holding anything back for you guys and you have to buy this thing before I'm going to tell you that, but it's just a lot more advanced information, right? So I do have a Facebook group. I'll put it in the description below. If you are interested in joining, there is a little bit of a questionnaire. It's a private group. So I want to make sure that you guys are, ready for what it is that we have to talk about in that group. But there are ways to make money now. Okay. There are ways to make money in the next 30 days or next 60 days or next 90 days for sure. But overwhelmingly, you're really looking at what it is with your vision, what it is with the goals that you're setting. What do you want to your business to look like in a year? What do you want your business to look like in 5 years? And if you can build that strategy, if you can build that vision and then build that strategy for how you get there, then Facebook becomes extremely powerful because you're able to utilize the tool, which really all Facebook is a tool for you to be able to connect with people who don't live within, your neighborhood or your street, people you don't see on a regular basis, people that you haven't seen in a long time, all those things. That's a tool to be able to get them and to get their attention and to be able to expand your network. Now, I cover this in other videos, but definitely spamming is never okay, right? So we're not using Facebook as a megaphone to just shout our offers or shout our products and just make sure that everyone, sees this isn't multi-level marketing. This isn't the old Amway days, in the 90s and when I was growing up, 90s and Quickstar, where you just tell all your friends, this is what you sell and they should buy it, and give them some reason why it's so much better to buy with you than it is with somebody else. This is not that at all. What this is building genuine quality relationships where, guess what? You get to pour in more, if not the exact same amount of energy and passion and bring the same amount of value to that relationship than they bring to you, right? If you're on Facebook, scouring the old Facebook friends, the old lists of people that you haven't talked to in a while just so that you can get money, right? You're doing it the wrong way. What you need to be doing is looking for those genuine connections with the people that you know, people that you've had in your life who are already connected to you, and you need to be actually adding value in their conversations, in their lives, those things. That's very, very important, right? But the second side of Facebook is the people that you don't know, because there's a massive amount of people on Facebook spending every day on their phones, on their computers, scrolling through. That's where a majority of people are getting their news, especially right now. That is a huge way for you to be able to connect with a community of people that you don't know. So strategy is the number one important thing you've got to do. Inside of that strategy, you have to be thinking about how to engage with your audience. Okay, how do you connect with them? This isn't I'm just going to write a blog post, throw it up there, and then just hope that somebody calls me and I make some money. It's about how do you engage with your audience? How do you create a conversation with a group of people that is both interesting and adds value. That's really what's important, right? So be thinking about how you can, creative ways that you can engage your audience, the one that you have now, and then the one that you'll be building in the future. Definitely something that you want to be thinking about, jotting down. How do you add value? Okay. Also, Facebook has the Facebook ad side of things, which in recent days has definitely changed a bit, as I understand it, and from what I've been seeing out there. I'm not currently running ads myself. I've got a little bit longer to go before I get to the ads portion of my growth. Again, I talk about that inside the Facebook group, what I'm doing right now to generate revenue. And let me say, I'm generating anywhere between $15,000 to $30,000 a month in revenue. That's right now what I'm doing, and I'm doing it without any single solitary ad, but I do have a strategy. Okay, I do have a way that I am connecting with people, and Facebook is a part of that strategy. But again, I'm looking at the growth of my business 5 and 10 and 15 years out. I'm building that thing. I'm not trying to figure out what I need to do to make money today. Now, that was true a year ago when I was making zero. So actually 1 year ago today, really in November, I had no income, and I had no income for the past several months. Nothing coming in. I was making zero. Okay. So December of 2019, I did $25,000 in sales. Okay, in December. January was roughly around the same, and it was going there until we hit COVID. I had a couple of things happen personally in my life. I had a baby, and my wife we almost lost her on the operating table. What started out as a not a miscarriage, we were doing the birthing center. So we started out at the birthing center. We moved to some complications. So we moved to get some pain medication and do it a little bit different at the hospital, which then turned into emergency C-section, which then turned into a cut artery and her losing 88% of her blood, right? So I was down for 2 months. One, helping her recover, taking time off to be with family and baby and readjusting to life. And then, of course, the almighty COVID, right? So everyone was shut down with me. So I didn't feel too much like I was missing out on things. But once in Texas, once things kind of started to come back to normal, which was about 2.5 months, my business shot right back up. I was right back into to making those levels of income. Now, I don't want to say exactly how much because I don't have those numbers in front of me, and I want to be fully transparent with you guys. But I was definitely up in that range again and doing a consistent anywhere between $15,000 to $30,000. One month I got to $48,000. That was in September. So how do I do that? How am I achieving that? It's not, there's not anything real like deep that I'm trying to sell you again. I'll definitely share that, but I do want to do that in a private setting where you have the ability to ask more questions and we can go a little deeper than we can here on YouTube. But that being said, it is a part of the larger strategy, right? So we're talking about Facebook, and Facebook is, where I'm doing $50,000 in my best month this year, I can really move to $500,000, and that's utilizing Facebook, that's utilizing YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, all of the social medias, because the name of the game here is automation. I can only do so many YouTube videos. I can only do so many, respond to so many Facebook, friend requests or, direct messages or, go lives. There's only so much I can do. I've actually got to be generating business and money and revenue and all those things. And right now I don't have a team. So everything that you're seeing, all the editing that I'm doing, the studio that I set up, all of this stuff that's going on is all it's a one-man band. I do the graphics, I do everything, right? So I've got to be able to serve my clients, and if I just was out there doing whatever came into my mind and didn't really have a strategy, I think my results would be a lot less. So if that's you, if you're struggling right now, if you're like, man, I feel like I'm lost, I'm doing this doesn't work, I'm doing that, this doesn't work, trust me, you're not alone. I've been an entrepreneur for a very long time. Officially, or let's say unofficially, I've been developing since I was 10 years old, right? So I started my very first website when I was 10. I'm now 38 years old, so I've been doing it for some time. I've done graphics, I've done all these things and built businesses, right? So I've built a couple, I've sold a couple, I've built a couple that didn't do so well, that I had to just shut the doors on. I learned a lot of lessons as I've grown through, and this strategy that I've deployed now has been wildly, by far, the most successful thing I've ever done in my life. Right, so I share that inside the Facebook group. This isn't a pitch for that, but I just want to be able to provide you guys with the best information, the most credible information that I possibly can, that I have available to me, that I've spent literally tens of thousands of dollars in the recent last year gaining, on top of the countless hours, thousands and thousands of hours of doing it on my own without a teacher or without a mentor. And so definitely just kind of out there poking the bear a bit, but not really doing the best I could do. So now utilizing strategy, utilizing Facebook, utilizing YouTube, utilizing all these tools that I've got, I've been able to really grow to the place that I'm at. So that being said, there's value in Facebook pages, there's value in Facebook groups, there's value in your individual personal page, the way that you connect with people, all of those things matter, and of course Facebook ads, all of that stuff matters, right? You can't just do one and hope for success. It's really got to be a shift, a way that you change your mind. If you're an entrepreneur you've been on doing business for a long time, but on this new kind of train of like, all right, I need to just buckle down here and learn Facebook and figure out what all these younger people are talking about, or maybe you're younger than me, but you just never have taken a shot at it, right? You need to start thinking different, okay? Gone are the days of the listserv. Gone are the days of email being the only strategy. Now, email is extremely valuable, extremely important, and you can build a massive business out of it. But again, it's not the delivery method. It's the methodology for communicating. That's what's valuable. So you can send emails. You can have a Facebook group. You can stand outside a downtown building and yell with a megaphone, right? it doesn't matter what method you're using. You can get clients as long as your message is correct, as long as you're continually checking in with your base, your people, and you're creating content that's genuinely valuable, right? That's the biggest thing. That's the most important tool that you have, is giving information, giving help. Sometimes it's not, what you say. Sometimes it's how you say it. Sometimes it is just coming alongside your customer or your clients and saying, let me help you. You're stuck here. Let me walk you through some of these things, right? So it's not even the information necessarily as it is just the boost of confidence, right? So there's a lot of value there, and all of this stuff can be done. All of these strategies can be deployed inside of your Facebook group, right? So the other really important thing that you want to do, you want to focus on, is not just standing out there with the megaphone or just blasting out content, but you're also needing to gauge how well you're doing, right? You want to track your results. You need to understand, is what you're doing right now working, right? Do you need to shift? Now, I don't recommend, okay, I don't have any clients, I just need to change everything, or stop doing everything, or do everything 10 times more, right? You want to change. It's always micro shifts, right? Little decisions, little changes. Do I do A? Do I do B? Not do I change A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then X, Y, Z. You're never going to know what little shift, what thing actually resonated with your individual user, right? With your client, with whoever you're marketing to. So you definitely want to make little changes, but then you want to track those changes and make sure that you're understanding what's working and what's not. So that's it for this episode, guys, or this YouTube video. I want to make sure that you understand, and I play this at the beginning of every video, but it's something that I'm really finding. The older I'm getting, the more truth there is. Like, so when I was growing up, I got told, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Right? That was like, it's not what you know, it's who you know. You gotta know powerful people, wealthy people, people who are influencers in a particular industry, and blah 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 blah. Right? And where there's actually truth to that, for sure, and I don't want to disqualify that. It didn't serve me as well as what I played at the beginning of the video, that little intro right after we started watching this video. It's not who you know, it's not what you know, it's who you choose to be. Right? It's not the things that you've gained. It's not. YouTube is great, and you can get so much information from that. You can get so much information from books, from YouTube, from books, from Facebook, from the news, sort of. You can get all that information. It's there. It's readily available. But if you don't choose to be the individual, a type of individual who can utilize that information, who can then take that information to generate revenue, to generate momentum in your life and in the lives of people around you, then what good is it? Right? So it's really the name of the game of entrepreneurship, and really honestly of life, is who do you choose to be? Right? What choices are you going to make that are going to get you to where you want, the kind of individual you want to be? If you believe that you're never going to be able to lose weight, right? If taking us out of the digital marketing world for a minute, if you believe you're never going to be able to lose weight, and then you go and eat a whole bunch of food, and then you step on the scale and you're like, yeah, see, I knew it. I knew I couldn't lose weight. Well, you already had the belief that you would never lose weight, so you made decisions to support that belief, right? So all you need to do to make a shift in that, which I'm telling you, on the other side of a little bit of success, I lost 20 pounds just recently in the last couple of months. I gained 5 back, but I'm working on it, right? But I always kind of believe, like, I never really can lose weight. That's not something that's possible for me. I mean, I'm already kind of skinny, except for in the mid area. I'm the typical meme that early or mid life, early to midlife, kind of body type. I'm for sure the dad bod kind of guy, and that's okay. And I just thought that's the way it's always going to be. I never thought I could actually reverse that trajectory and start losing weight. But I shifted my mind about it. I believe something different, right? That is the thing that helped me shift to a place where I was able to actually lose weight. So if in entrepreneurship, if you go into entrepreneurship thinking, I've tried, online businesses before, I've invested in programs before, I've blah blah blah, right? I've done it, right? It doesn't work. It's a scam. It's a this. It's a that. Okay, well, guess what's going to happen? You're going to go out there. You're going to spend money on something else because you really deep down in your heart genuinely want to be an entrepreneur, but you have that belief that says, this isn't going to be successful. I'm not going to succeed. Well, guess what's going to happen? That's ultimately where you're going to end up, because you're going to default back to that. That's the underlying belief that you have in your mind about where the kind of individual you are and where you're going to be in your life. So you're inadvertently going to always end up there. It's like a magnet. It's like a massive magnet that sits in your life that just pulls you, constantly pulls you back to the place that you don't really want to be, but you truly believe that's what you're going to get, right? So it's about shifting that. And then, last thing, guys, I want to say, definitely check out the website. I know I went a little deep there, but that's the kind of thing that we're doing inside of the Facebook group, going a little deeper, talking about some real things. Entrepreneurs, as entrepreneurs, we tend to be islands, right? And so I'm building a community of individuals who are tired of living on an island by themselves. They want to get on the cruise ship, they want to get on the fun boat, and they want to be with a bunch of people who also like cruising, who are all similar in one way or another, are all entrepreneurs, or are all looking to up-level their marketing and their growth. That's what that group's all about. So I do want to make sure that I mention mikemontes.co/blog. That's got all the latest blogs in there, along with the blog that is associated to this video. So there's some good tidbits in there. I'll be posting some links in the description below. For now, I guess I'll see you guys on the next video. Looking for some comments down below. Comment if this is good. Comment if you like this format. If this is more valuable to you. If this is bringing any kind of thing. Or you know what? If you want to blast me, say, Mike, this is horrible. I hate it. Please never never do YouTube again. I want to hear that too. I've got tissues nearby, so it's fine. Somewhat of a thick skin, so I'd love to hear the comments. I'm joking. Please be nice, but I definitely want to hear your feedback. I want to be providing you guys on this channel the best information that I possibly can. So for now, guys, we'll see you on the next video. Have a good one.